the Ryan Burch clip or the half an hour edit on YouTube. I think that's the best thing I've watched this year. Welcome back to the Insiders. We're here again. Another weekly episode for you. We're back on the ball and we aren't going to go anywhere to let anyone down. As always, we've got a lot to chat about. And first and foremost, how are you, Daz?
I'm pretty good. I've got a handful of blueberry jelly beans, Matt.
Nice.
Being being the day after Halloween.
All Hallows Eve. Yeah, so I had a bit of a win with that. I bought some sweets because I'm like on a bit of an estate here, but didn't realize there was like this like neighborhoodly thing where if you didn't have any pumpkins out, kids were told not to bother knocking. So I didn't have a single person knock the entire night. So I've just got a tub of sweets, which I'm buzzing with.
Oh,
Uh,
this we'll be buzzing all right. We'll be buzzing all the way to the dentist, mate.
yeah, yeah, some of them like the drumstick lollipops and things like that. I'm just not going anywhere near, but couple of little winners in there.
Some of that stuff's best left for the bin.
Yeah. Um, but there's some other stuff out there, not sweets, that has got us buzzing as well. Some of the surfing clips, some of the things that are surfacing on the internet and everywhere else.
Yeah, I had to stop watching something the other day that was good because I was surf videoed out. I think I did a triple run. I did a triple run. I did the what do you call it? The one you sent me?
Ryan Burch.
Ryan Burch straight into the Roark one with Mackenzie Bowden, and then I think it was a third one which was good. And halfway through it, I just had to stop it, which was a pity. I was just like, I couldn't take it anymore. I want to surf myself.
Yeah. Actually, weirdly, like we hadn't said that to each other, but I had the same thing. I watched the Birch one, and then I watched there's a new Torren Marytn one, which isn't as long, but it's good. And then you sent me the Roark one, and I was watching the Roark one and had to. I just was like, my brain was not absorbing it; it just wasn't taking it in, so I just stopped watching it.
No, you don't just you can't over binge surf watching, especially when there's good waves, because I always got the impression that could really blow your mood out, depending
Yeah,
we we've now got a really good forecast coming on, so I've been trying to amp myself up, which I don't really need to because we've just had a 2 month run of haggis. I mean, there's good pictures every now and then or whatever, but it really has not been. It's kind of one of the worst September, Octobers I've seen. Heaps
yeah.
of swell, just not good winds and not good banks. And
We've had that for October. We had a good September, but our October was the worst month of the year by far. Like, and I mean, I've lived here literally 2 years. Yesterday was when I moved to Cornwall, and that's the worst month I've had. Like, and there were some good days.
on
There
when
were,
it was supposed to be a good month, you're saying. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
I've had worse
especially,
months that not in October, which was traditionally our best month of the year across the Northern Hemisphere.
yeah. Like, I had better surfs in August and July than I did in October, and more surfs. Um,
Actually, it's not the best month here, but you're still in a 3-2 with no booties.
yeah,
So that's why it's always bittersweet if it's not good.
yeah. Yeah, I'm in a 4 mil now. I actually used a new wetsuit the other day that I wanted to talk about. I used the new Quicksilver Marathon session for free, and it's got like the Primaloft. It's got this Primaloft lining. It's amazing. It is so good. Um,
That's their second from the top one then.
it's their warmest one. Yeah,
It's
like
warmer than a high line.
yeah. What more fleece line than the High Line? The High Line's like lighter and stretchier, but this thing stretches like mad. Um, is really, really good actually. Yeah, and I had something happen the other day, which was really funny, and I was going to ask if you've ever had this. So I looked at the forecast and obviously like looked at the webcam and like chose the board I wanted to take based on the waves. And I've actually got two boards in two identical board bags because they're Northcore board bags. They're really good board bags, and I was like, right, I'm gonna get another one. And I thought I was taking a board, and I got to the beach, unzipped my bag, and I had a complete like the board still worked obviously, but I had a completely different board then than I intended on taking, and it like really threw me actually.
That is absolutely wild because I went to Toulouse for a medical appointment, nothing serious. I was just checking my hip out, and I knew it was pumping because I knew it was going to be pumping. I booked this appointment 3 months ago, so of course it was going to be pumping. It was.
Yeah.
It was stiff offshore and a good day. It was the one day of the week that, anyway. So I rang a few people on the way back, and I just kind of got not necessarily misinformed, but it dropped
Right,
throughout
yeah.
the afternoon. So by the time I got to the beach, my mate Rob Vaughan was saying to me, yeah, it was really stiff offshore. So I ran down without checking it with a 611 pintail gun thing that was out the back, 4 to 6 foot running rights. But it was actually through the middle, 3 4 foot rights. And I'd put my 6.5 in the car and I kept thinking, am I going to go in and get my 6.5? But because it was kind of a flat running wave, my 6.5, I got a bit curvy and I thought, oh, I won't get it. I won't get it out. And then when I got home, I've come out the back with the wetsuit and I saw that 6.5 on my terrace, which means I had my other 6.5 Fipsy Yo, which was for someone else, which is super flat. And it was sitting there and I was being out in the surf thinking, oh, I wish I should have had that board, but
Yeah.
didn't realize it was in the car or I would have ran. I probably would have ran back and just got it.
Had it all along. Yeah.
But I struggle with that when you got two boards in the car and you run down for the beach with one. You can nearly jinx yourself by running
Oh
back and
yeah, I'd never take two boards to the beach for one session. Like if you're going for a whole beach
I've
day,
done it.
maybe
I've
take
done
two.
it. It's kook. Let's call it out. It's our kook call early in the issue.
Yeah, it's not kooky, but you can kook yourself. Like yeah,
That's it.
definitely.
It's just wrought with.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I whipped it out and I was like, I got this. I mean, it's this board right behind me. It's a 6.0 album with a pickle fork nose and stuff. It's a mental board. It's so good. And it's kind of like not it's like a really performancey kind of it's the disorder, so it's their most performance kind of board like in that range. And I was like, and the waves weren't meant to be like as good as I thought they were, but actually it was really offshore and really really bowly and stuff, and the board went really good. So it was a happy accident, but it really tripped me out actually. But talking about boards and things we've
While we're
watched.
talking, Matty, I'm about to whip in our podcast crew. I'm about to whip into a vampire teeth. Now, we used to get teeth when we were kids. Look at that.
Oh wow. That's what you'll be like if you have too many of them.
Oh, there you
Just
go.
gums.
So,
Um,
hey, tell me, you're about to spit it out.
yeah. So I was going to say, talk about boards and stuff, and we mentioned it. The Ryan Burch clip or the half an hour edit on YouTube. I think that's the best thing I've watched this year. Or
I
like
don't know about this year, but he is just so good. He's so funny, so good. I reckon he could out-talk me under
I
wet cement.
I think like for me, it's the best thing this year. Like if you're like I am a nerd when it comes to these things, and like if I watch something come in my head, I'm like, I want to know what board you're riding. I want to know what length, how big is it, like blah blah blah. Like plus, also, I'm a massive fan of how he surfs. I know a lot of people probably think he surfs in a bit of a weird way and stuff, but I think he surfs really good. And the way he talks about his boards and the way he talks about the ideas he's having and experimenting and stuff, it's incredible.
I wonder, um, I don't wonder. I digress, but because it was only 3 foot glassy, I struggled with it. Oh no, he switched it a little bit to the end. I mean, I absolutely loved it, but not trying to jump the ball, but I just think if Birchie had been in the waves that they had in the Roark video with Chile, that could have been incredible.
Yeah. I think for me, I completely like see your point of it. I think for me it's I loved it so much because it's like it was like more relatable. Like I was like, oh yeah, shit, like they look like really fun waves, like on a fun day here, like not like the day of the day and stuff. And obviously you watch like the Chile the Rourke thing in Chile and you watch other things like the the thing that came out with all the San Clemente boys in. I actually watched this week. You said about it in the last poddy, and you watch other things where it's like it's not as relatable. It's still obviously great to watch, and you really enjoy watching it. But there was something about the Birch thing where I was like, they look like the waves I surf, and he's not surfing. It's not John obviously as well. So it's kind of like obviously he surfs really good, but it's like it still feels a little bit more closer to home than John surfing 10 foot pipe or something.
I don't know. He's a pretty good surfer. He can surf anything. He surf anything. He surfs incredible on long boards, good on all those other boards. Oh, they're not like the waves I surf because they're just not. We don't we don't get waves that glassy. No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
He
right off the beach. I would say, like, no, like of course, this. I got this young kid that's staying at the house helping me out with a bit of cleaning. Sent him through the link to watch, and he's like, "Why is he not surfing with a leg rope?" Huh?
that was the
This
one thing I
kid,
was going to say about it.
yeah, because he's only 10 meters from the beach, and it's full glass. He just swim in.
Yeah, but fuck that. Like to me that's just stupid. Like it's
It just
like
feels mad. It feels so much better.
it yeah, but
Huh?
watching your board bounce up the beach and having to swim after it doesn't. Like and I kind of I do kind of get it. Like
Oh, it's unreal. All our mates, we used to do that like when we were younger. If there wasn't many people around, if you could get away with it, it actually makes it a bit more conservative, but it stops you from falling over too. After I had my back injury back in 2003, I remember surfing without a leg rope for a good 2 months because I just didn't want to fall off. So you make yourself not do anything radical, but we can agree to disagree on that one. But of course, like, fuck, man, he was only 5 meters from the beach.
yeah, I just think you're making life harder for yourself when you don't have to. But yeah. So
Yeah, but the leg rope's so uncomfortable. I hate
they're
leg
really
ropes.
not. They're not uncomfortable. They're like they're
Mine
really
always
like
gets caught and clean my toes, like at least once a
yeah,
session.
I do stand on it like probably once a session, but like with a wetty on, it's not like it's uncomfortable around your leg or anything.
Well,
But it's
Birchie's
still
unreal. So
and some of the boards.
watch that, listeners. Watch that. If you haven't watched it, watch it. If you like Ryan Burch, watch it. If you like listening to a mad professor, watch it.
Yeah, he's a mad professor and his boards are I mean they're obviously revered around the world and I reckon they're like they look insane. I really want to have a go on a couple of his boards.
I'd love to have one a 6'5" pickle fork the way he does it.
Yeah. Um same. It would be
That's what he
incredible.
calls it. No, your thing's a pickle fork, but he calls
No,
it
no, no,
that.
no. Mine's just a pickle nose. His is the pickle
Oh,
fork. Um, he's got a pickle fork. He's got like a parallelogram. He's got a couple of others and stuff. But yeah, he is the pickle fork guy kind of thing.
one of my favorite sections in surfing history is him shaping his own fish in Psychic Migrations
Yeah,
Volcom in Chile,
incredible.
and then completely dismantling an overhead left
Yeah,
100 meters, like on a little twin fin fish with thick keel fins. You want like God,
going at
he's.
about 7 million miles an hour. That's one of my favorite sections of any film ever. I think it's
I remember at
incredible.
the time trying to force Fitzy to watch it. because I wanted him to do a video part like that, but he's too quiet. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah. The other part of one of my favorite surf films ever is, and my favorite part of the film is um follow the full line, but is that following the whatever it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
the
Well,
Bryce Young's following the full line, and he's on a right on a pickle fork, and it's one
but
of my
they're good
favorite.
mates.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite sections
And
ever.
he's in the film. Remember?
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
psychic migration thing, that is, and then he made Craig Anderson a 20, similar 20, and Craig Anderson surfs a couple of like big overhead lefts on it. It's a yellow 20, and
What's
it's a
that in?
really
Was
really
that in
good
that
shot.
movie that came out a couple of years ago?
It's in a few. I don't know what movies it's in. I've seen it in there's a one. It was in the Stab at Innocence that he done where he went on when Craig went on a boat trip with all of the young guns, and it's in a couple of others. Um,
Let's try and get him on. I know someone who's got his number. I'm going to ask.
that'd
But
be insane.
like I said, I really wish that he had been on because that was in Chile, psychic migrations. Because the Rourke video, not too, I'm not too sold on Mackenzie as a voiceover merchant, but that Rourke video was insane. I thought.
I need to rewatch it because I really watched it almost like it was almost on in the background because I was stuck in it. I've seen a couple of the waves in it, seen
Oh,
a
it's a
couple of the
6 or
lefts.
12 foot glassy spots, and two or three of them, there's no one out when they get there. It's like,
Mental.
how insane is that? Like, you cut your
Yeah,
right arm off to go and go with a Chilean local.
crazy. Yeah, I
Definitely
need
a
to.
brand Rourke. I haven't seen it anywhere. Was it
It's
in Europe?
very little amounts of it's in Europe or very little amounts in the UK. It's definitely a much heavier
What is it,
US brand, isn't
American,
it? Yeah,
US, Australia, I guess.
yeah, yeah. They do. I mean, they done the edit last year where they went to um, Norway, and that was really, really good. And Mackenzie was on that, and we spoke to Mackenzie about that and stuff. That was a really good trip. Um, and their team's really cool. Like Harrison Roach is a really good person.
He
I
was.
did.
He's no longer with them.
Is he not?
No, he probably
Oh,
got drafted so that and then they got Mackenzie to take over.
well,
Which
Mackenzie was.
reminds me, what was the third video I watched? And I couldn't watch the end of it. Oh, I did watch the end of it, which was your favorite YouTuber, Nick Von Roop and Albi Leia in Iceland, I think it is, or Norway.
Oh yeah,
And I was just about to start saying, well, you can really tell that Albi's one of those guys that's insane at 20-foot jaws and not bad at his macking lefts on what island's he on again?
Maui.
Maui. Maui. But put him in a 3-foot right and he doesn't look that good. And as I was saying that, just peek at towards the end of the video came alive and he did get some insane barrels. Like, fuck
Yeah,
that. I'm not going there. I'm not going somewhere that cold. Are you kidding me?
it's a bit funny, isn't it? Because I
Got
was
better
just saying
things to
like,
do. Like the Sander told me once, yes, French legend Sami Sansu, he was sanding for us. And this client of ours was telling me he was going to Iceland, Joe from Star Surf, and then he had Mango surfing over there in the
yeah,
UK.
yeah.
And I told that to Sammy, and he said, "Ugh, Darren, never go north." And I don't think I have.
That's good advice. It's funny that you say that because literally
Well, if
Tuesday,
you're in the north already, that is.
yeah, still don't, yeah. On Tuesday, I'm driving a long way north and going to the Lost Shore Wave Pool on Wednesday.
Oh, you're
and
telling us about that.
I know it's going to be free. I'm already like, I know it's going to be freezing. Um,
But you know you're going to get a few waves. Does that for
yeah,
work or with mates?
it's work, but friends. Yeah, so it's going to be a real good fun trip, like good road trip, and then good. We've got like a session behind closed doors where they can run like different waves for us and stuff like that. And
Are
then
you staying in one of those little wooden teepee huts or something?
we've got one of the lodges, so it's like a six-person lodge.
Yeah.
Because they have the little TP hut things that you were saying about for two people. Then they have a four-person version, and then they have like a six-person lodge um, on top of like the quarry, and we're staying in there. So
So you guys can like keep each other warm with midnight farts and stuff like that.
that's it. Yeah, yeah. Like so
A
funny.
little
Like
bit, a little bit
it,
of Scottish whiskey.
yeah. And I was like when I was explaining it to Emily, she said, right, so you're driving basically 9 hours to sleep overnight to surf like three or four times in the day to then drive straight back. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, and it's in Scotland. I was like, yeah. She's like,
How many of you in the car?
seven.
Yeah, well, you can change drivers, can't you?
Oh, yeah, yeah. But she was still like, basically, you're driving to somewhere that's freezing cold to go and surf for half a day. And it's going to take you 9 hours to get there and back. She's like, you're mental. And I was like, yeah, I know. But it's
Well,
going to
if
be completely
anything,
worth it.
at least you're absolutely guaranteed waves.
Yeah, exactly. So, um, but I was going to say about the Albie thing. Do you think how much have you like? When was the last time he was putting on a thick wetsuit? Let alone like boots, gloves, hoods, but even just a thick wetsuit, like he wouldn't be doing it a lot, would he?
No, I'm sure for him it's hard. I like surfing waves like that are hard. It's not really his sort of waves, and but I'm sure for him as well, it's complete novelty because, like
Yeah.
he lives in board shorts, so
Well,
that's kind of cool for him to go somewhere where he did score relatively good waves.
yeah, because I've seen that Yago Dora was in um Alaska in like hooded wetsuits and stuff like that, surfing, and I was like, that's pretty mental. You know, he's obviously Brazilian, like surfing the world tour. It seems like they're other than Portugal, it seems like they're generally like not in a cold place and things like that. And then in his off season, he's gone and surfed Alaska, which is pretty cool.
To give Nicky Rupee, a little bit of credit, I think Albie smoked him in the session with more waves, and it was a Nick Roop video, and you saw more of Albie in it. Huh?
Yeah,
I know a couple of YouTubers out there that they wouldn't put the camera at anyone else but themselves.
yeah. To be fair, true. Very true. He's um he's just a bit of a weirdo, but
Even
you know,
though
no harm.
Albie's not bad for your viewership either, is he? One of
Nah,
the most iconic
exactly.
out of the box surfers on the planet.
Yeah, and talking about Albie on my watch list for this week, I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen some clips of it. Matt Miola has dropped a edit and it looks mental.
I heard
Like,
about that, but did you watch
um,
it?
no, no, it's on my watch list for this week just because I'm too busy and watched so much like or watched a bit last week. Um, but yeah, I really am looking forward to watching that. Like, it's some of the stuff he does.
Apparently, apparently he's got good old-fashioned country music on it too, which I don't actually mind. I used to hate it, but
The only thing I'm not looking forward to is I watched a little trailer with it, and this is only a personal thing, so it's like don't come for me, but also I'm not coming for anyone else. But there's clips in it of him like bow hunting deer and elk and like carrying dead animals over his shoulders and stuff. And I'm like, that's just not for me. Like, I think it's a bit weird, but um,
yeah, so do I. I'm not into the hunting. Or if you are, we don't have to just show the dead animals all the time. And I guess, if they've got unlimited dead animals there, I get the same sort of feeling from all the fish killing because, oh, there we go. There's a super interesting movie to watch with 1 hour, and I nearly watched it all. Is by this um, against shark. He wants shark mitigation along the Australian coastline. This Australian full-on scientist who's researched it over 10 years. It's really interesting. He's really good. And I know to kill the worms, but the shark scene kind of got out of control in Australia. And my point always is all these other people around the world have always got their big fish from their fishing rod, Instagram pictures of all that. Nowhere have we really stopped killing all these other fish. Why is the great white shark or one of those sharks so much more important than a tuna? Like,
I guess
why can't the tuna go for a swim?
I do understand your point. I guess that the only argument for it would be at least, I mean, and I'm guessing this is an uneducated answer straight off the top of my head, but like if you hold up a bluefin tuna, you're eating it, right? Whereas if you kill a shark, is it like, are you killing it for the sake of killing it, or are you killing it to eat and to provide
Some
for other
people,
people?
or for stop them from eating us.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, yeah,
And my other theory that I've never looked into it because I just want to keep it in my head is if we take him out, doesn't that mean there'll be more bluefin tuna for everyone else to go and bloody catch and take pictures of? Oh, I saw that.
yeah. I always worry about like the thing where they say about like, if the bumblebee became extinct, the whole world would, like, humans would go extinct, apparently. Like, I don't know how true that is, but I've heard
Hey,
it a
but
few times.
it's a super interesting documentary to watch, and I always think it's so important for your brain to watch both sides of things.
Yeah.
Like I'm subscribed because I've got a super good deal with New York Times, which is heavily Democrat, socialist, and anti-Trump. But I still do occasionally force myself to watch Fox News and a few of these other people, and also Trump's press secretary, Caroline Levitt. Because if you're only watching one side of the picture, you don't hear of the other side of the picture. You got to, if you can watch both as well, I reckon you throw a bit of a roost to your algorithm thing.
Yeah. Or none. Watch none, like I do. My algorithm is just
Pretend the world doesn't
surfboard.
exist.
Yeah. Hey,
Well,
talking about both sides of
look
the
worse.
story though. Last time we spoke, we pretty much was talking as the GB Cup news was going down, and I wanted to chat to you
Oh,
about this.
yeah, this is a good
Um,
way to finish the episode off.
yeah, because we obviously now it's been a week that's passed, and there has been so much misinformation, a massive witch hunt, a massive push on from both, I guess, from both sides of the story. And I think like somewhere in the middle is obviously where you land on a truth. But I just wanted to say I feel like there's been some super lazy journalism from a few UK and worldwide publications. Um, and
That
yeah,
one where and you said it to me because you'd heard it, huh?
yeah, yeah,
Where Ian Patrick he takes off in the wave and the girl's down under in front.
yeah,
How, how could someone misinterpret that and sell that as pushed her off the wave and then held her down on the reef?
yeah.
Hmm.
That was complete like rumor going through one person to another to another to another that then has ended up on the internet with people who were never in Scotland, never even close, going, this girl's been dunked and he's been physical with them, blah blah blah. But what kind of gets me is A few things really. First of all, first and foremost, Ian Batrick, who's the guy who's copped all of this. He was out there with five or six other guys. I think it was five other guys. He's not once thrown anyone else under the bus,
Yeah, that was pretty commendable, wasn't it?
which is pretty like, he's copping this hard, and not once has he gone. He's not once said there was other people out there, or oh, why haven't you messaged this person, this person, or this person, that kind of thing. He's kind of taken it all on the chin, which is, look, don't get me wrong. I think I'm looking at this on a few angles of,
Loose
I
lips sink ships, mate, as his
yeah,
angle.
for sure, snitches get stitches as well. But I think from my personal perspective, the long and short of this is don't don't paddle out when there's a heat on. Like, um,
I'm
when
assuming they had official permits for this.
what surfing GB
Yeah,
Cup. Yeah,
yeah.
there's complete official, and like even the argument of he said there's an argument that it was they were told that they could free surf after 3 p.m. right, because the comp was meant to finish by 3 p.m. The comp overrun. They knew the comp was on. Just wait. Like don't like. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're not that. Well, you'd hope to think they're not that stupid. Just wait for the competition to be over, um, and just don't like. Obviously, it's makes it work. Like there's just been a whole big blow up of they paddled out during the girls' heat. Look, at the end of the day, they were still out there when the guys were out there, and it was meant to be the guys' final. They didn't then paddle in, so it wasn't like they were only doing it to the girls and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. And apparently, from what I heard as well from another thing, that one of them will just do it to everyone anyway during his free surfing and stuff. And the best thing I heard from some dude was like, I think it was an Australian where sure when he goes down the beach and there's a board riders club day, a local board riders club day, and they've taken the main peak or they've taken the point out, he's pissed. Huh? Will he paddle out? No. You just go somewhere else.
yeah,
And
like
and fuck, I'd be pissed if I were those guys too. And like I said to you, there's also this really extreme sense of self-entitlement by competition surfers and surfing, and has been for a long time, where like they're out at Snapper, other people should get out of their road because they're training for an event and everything. Well, other people only get like a certain time a day that where they can go for a surf. Like, if they're working and they've got to quickly get a surf in, then they've got to get home, feed the kids, do something, look after their sick mum, something like that. Maybe they're single dads, they got all this sort of stuff. So, who owns it the most? Do we just have to give
yeah,
in
but
to the jocks across the world all the time? Maybe
no,
not.
but
Maybe.
you don't have to. But they were definitely abusive to the girls in the lineup, like the
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
photographers and stuff. So you don't
Lower.
one, you don't have to be abusive no matter what, and two, there is like we're talking about a specific situation, right? So you mentioned Snapper. That happened in France earlier this year, and it's happened in Verzo. Every single one of those places, there's plenty more waves where you can go. So like if I know a music festival's on, I will avoid where that music festival is because I don't want to get caught in traffic.
Well, you won't go there and try and play soccer on the pitch
Exactly, right. And I
or
won't I won't
cricket.
I won't
Just turn
drive.
up with your bat and a
Yeah,
ball and start bowling into the crowd.
exactly. Like you just so in a way, yeah, I'm not saying that the surfers in the competition own that right or anything like that, but it's just common sense. Like their competition was on for 3 days of that year. Like you had to sacrifice 3 days of your year. Um, if those 3 days on that specific thing was that important to you, you'd find somewhere empty. Like they paddled out on purpose to make a point, and their point has gone tits up, and now they're apologizing and calling it a mistake. And of course it is, and that's bad. But at the
No,
same time,
he called it. He
he's
owned up to
he's
it pretty well.
he's apologized and he's called it a mistake. Yeah,
But on him as well, something that I found very, very interesting is that he's got posted videos for his brand surfing out there from this dude's house where he's filming from this guy who bought this old thing and there was a renovation. So he must have been living opposite it. So he's filming it from the beach, GoProing it, and putting that out there on the extra internet, global net for people to look at. Isn't that an
Yeah.
invitation? Isn't that an invitation?
Well,
That's an
that's it. It's not
invitation for
exactly like
GB surfing, mate. GB surfing, come up.
it's
Someone maybe from GB surfing saw it and said, that's where we're going to have the comp.
yeah, literally.
Thanks,
And
thanks, buddy.
uh it's a strange thing. But overall, there's the other side of it of all these people going like, oh, this guy's a fucking moron. Like this Dutch guy made a video about it.
Yeah,
Like
that was,
like
what's it
like
got to do with him?
fuck off, you moron. Like first of all, like what the fuck has
Why
he got
did
to do
he
with
do
you?
this? Why did he do his video?
Yeah, clickbait. And where's his video now going? Oh, I've spoken to Ian Batrick, and here's Ian Batrick's side of it. And okay, here's the middle. Here's another point of view. He's like he's made it what he wants it to be, and like which is like clickbait, and it's fucking horseshit, really. Like at the end of the day, like the the fact of the matter is no one got pinned to a reef at all. Yes, they were abusive, and that's fucking stupid. And yes, that is fucking stupid to paddle out during that heat. And yes, his van deserved to get vandalized. That's it. Like, move on now. Like, it isn't that much of a big deal.
You know what I disappointed me the most out of this whole thing? Is I love these crew with no social media. I have guests sometimes and they don't have it. I just think that's unreal. Like I didn't have it till I told you 2019. I'll say this story every now and then, and I was quite happy with out of it. And he didn't have it. I thought he didn't have a phone on this article I read,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
I was sitting there thinking after our little talk last week, well, at least he's gold because he doesn't even have to know what's going on. He could have just been in blissful ignorance, and
yeah. He
then he went
knows.
out and posted an apology, which is a good apology and everything like that. But sometimes no comeback is better than any comeback. And he
Yeah,
could have just been in his ignorant bliss, and people could have not even had to know what he thought.
yeah.
Because the truth would eventually have come out anyway, you would
So
think.
I have a question for you about it. Right? Is if your friend done what they done, would you defend them? Would you like some of the people were putting on social media like, "Oh, Ian's such a great guy. I've known him for years, and this is not like him. So, like, it must be a mistake and give him pardon." Like, would you do that? I wouldn't. I'd be like,
Well, 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 if these people know him and believe that he didn't do it,
no, but there's video of
they
him
didn't
doing
say
it.
he didn't paddle out, but they're defending the fact that he held a girl down, pinned a girl down on
Yeah,
the ring. There's
but
two
still,
very
like,
different things there, Matt. If I'm a lawyer here in a case.
but he's still. It's like, okay, so he's still done something wrong, and he's still done like, and he's admitted it was a mistake.
Well,
Like,
let's put it to you this way then. Are you going to stick up for your mates or not?
depends what they've done. If my mate slaps a girl around the face. No, I'm not sticking him up for him. That's completely wrong.
Well, if your mate goes and kills a priest during the Sunday prayer, are you going to stick up for him?
No.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Like, but if, and even if he got
Sorry to
accused,
all you priests out there. I'd never condone it. I'm just trying
yeah.
to come up with a.
If my mate done something wrong, I want to be the first person to say to him, "You're a fucking bellend,"
Well, you should.
because
Well
that's
done.
that's what it means the most. But anyway, we'll wrap on that. Another episode in the
Well, you're a
locker.
mate of mine, so I'm going to tell you straight up. Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and more importantly, Matt,
au revoir.
au revoir.